like, do you know who Jordan Durham is? Y'all, she said my full government name.
First and last.
First and like, oh, it's this bitch again. Like, and so I'm giving C the rundown, right? Y'all, she asked for my full name. Like, she said Jordan Durham, which was like, okay, bitch, like, what are you asking for? It reminded me, y'all, C had posted me previously that night. Now that she posted me, if you go on Facebook and look through our pages, you would see tag me in different posts. Like, it's on my feed, da-da-da-da.
So basically it's given, she's asking a rhetorical question. She already knows the answer.
Right. So she asked C, well, do you know Jordan, blah, blah, blah. And then she says, well, I fucked her baby daddy.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that's her clout, bitch.
Like,
that's what got her geeked. I fucked her baby daddy, and what?
What?
That's what you geeked about?
I don't give a fuck.
You geeked about fucking somebody she already fucked?
I don't give a fuck.
Make that make sense.
I saw my nigga that morning, so
And
I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not fucking with this nigga, so I don't give a fuck, right? So instantly, I'm like, that's some weird shit. Like, she's been trying to get my attention. Her little groupie's been trying to get my attention. Like, what's up? Like, at this point, I'm over it.
Been trying to get her attention for years.
Y'all. So I'm like, at this point, I'm over it. Like, what's up? So I'm like, you know what? She was like, you know what? I'll do a three-way call. One thing about my friends is they're going to step every fucking time.
I'm talking 30-inch heels, nigga, step.
They're going to step every time. So my bitch was like, she calls me, she's like, yeah, bitch. And on top of that, y'all, she was trying to be around my nephew, which I'm like, bitch, you're weird. Like, they haven't talked since middle school. And you want to all of a sudden be around her baby? Weird. Anyway, so y'all, we're going, and I'm like, and my homegirl was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do a three-way call to see what's up, cause clearly something's up. Like, why would you ask about me and then like, bitch, do you want a cookie? Congratulations, ho. You fucked the nigga I already fucked, and I don't give a fuck, cause like I said, y'all, I saw my nigga that morning, so I did not give a fuck. So when we had did a three-way call, at this point, y'all, I already knew it was some shit. And if y'all know where the fuck I lived, I wasn't finna stand for that shit. So I was like, you know what? Let me call my bitch. I told her everything what was going on. I was like, this bitch is on some weird shit. She's finna do a three-way call.
For one, she called me and I'm like, are you dead ass? I'm like, bro, we're going through this shit
Again?
Like,
Like, come on, bro. So I'm all the way, y'all. I'm finna drive to her house because at this point, I'm over it.
When she called me and told me what the fuck is going on, I'm like, bet, nigga, I ain't beat a bitch ass in a minute. So it's like, bitch, she's on her way. Like, you know, we're just gonna be ready to pop off if anything needs to pop off. Like, we're ready.
Yeah, because we've been handling this shit for too fucking long. Like, bitch, you wanted to see me? Let's throw these rounds. Like, come on. So, y'all, I'm in the car at this point, right? I get the three-way call. And I'm like, so what's your problem? Like, what's your issue? And y'all, if I had the fucking voice recording to this video,
this is the only one that we don't have the voice recording.
Yeah, y'all, because it just didn't work. But I'll show a little snippet so y'all can see that we was actually on a three-way call with the show. So I'm talking to her, and it's gonna be right here. I'm talking to her, and I'm like, so what's up? Like, why you have my name in your mouth? And she goes, and she's like, oh, I didn't have your name in my mouth. And you know, my bitch is on the phone too. So she's like, yes, you did. You literally asked me who the fuck she was and then said you fuck her baby daddy. Like, and I told you then she did not give a fuck. Like, she didn't give a fuck, because I don't. So she's like, well, why do you hate me so much? And I'm like, bitch, I don't hate you. I don't know you. I don't fuck with you. Like, that's just that simple. I just don't fuck with you. You talk shit about my son. You disrespected me. And we're never going to be cordial. We're never going to be kumbaya. I don't fuck with you. And that is what it is. So, reminding y'all, she's like, well, why can't we be friends? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is your fucking problem? Like,
are
bitch,
you not hearing me?
Right. Like, I don't know you. Like, what is your problem? Y'all, why this girl said, well, I was just mad because your BD had 2 babies on me.
Okay.
What?
I don't understand what that got to do with her.
What? And I'm like, so what that got to do with me? And how did you not know? Because reminding y'all, she was already saying shit before anybody else knew. The only
So
person
mind you, she said, oh, she didn't know that Jordan was pregnant, but in the beginning of the video, when we explained when we were in high school,
she was saying
she was
shit.
running around saying this bitch is pregnant.
And the only person that knew that I was pregnant was me, BD, and of course my family. Like, and that was it.
I didn't even know.
Literally, y'all, like, that was it.
During that period of time when we were in high school, people are coming up, is Jordan I don't know. Why? I don't know.
I'm telling y'all, and that's why I kept that shit on lock. Anyway, so we're going, and I'm like, so what the fuck does that have to do with me? And she's like, well, I just was like, you know, I was upset, and then I'm like, but what does that have to do with me? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck, because I'm not fucking that nigga, so I don't, there's no correlation between me and you, and I don't owe you a bitch ass thing. I don't owe you an apology. I damn sure don't owe you an explanation, because bitch, I don't know you. So, reminding y'all, I'm still in the car. I'm still driving to her house, right? So she's like, well, why can't we be cordial? And she's kicking. One thing I don't fuck with is a bitch kicking in my face. So I'm like,
but in the recording, because I called her a kiki ass bitch, we'll run that shit back. She agreed to being a kiki ass bitch. So I'm glad, you know, you're finally owning up to something.
But y'all will see. So I'm like, so why do I give a fuck? And then y'all, I'm like, well, just keep me and my son's name out your mouth, because I don't fuck with you. Y'all, why this bitch goes, well, me and your BD and your son laid together. I said, okay, and do you want a fucking cookie?
But I'm talking like she's rubbing that shit. Like, yeah. She's like, oh, your son cuddles with me. He calls me this, and
We're
that.
not even to that part yet, y'all. We're not even to that part. So I'm like, okay, and like, do you want a fucking cookie or something? Like, I'm just so fucking confused, because I don't give a fuck. Whatever you do on that nigga time with my son, that's up to you. You was playing stepmommy, so be a good stepmommy and do what the fuck you're supposed to do, right? Like, come on now. I don't give a fuck. And then I was like, but why do you feel so comfortable telling me that shit? And she goes, well, I just thought it was funny. Bitch, what? Like, you're being a kiki ass bitch. You're being a kiki ass. Like, come on now. Like, you think, I'm like, you think that shit is funny? Like, do you think that shit is cute? Like, I'm just so confused. And she's like, what are you gonna do about it? Say less.
Yeah, say
we can fight. Send a location. It was that simple. Send the location, y'all. And she's going, just talking mad shit. At this point, I done zoned out, because I ain't hearing shit about no fucking location. I'm not hearing nothing about no location. And she kept saying she was in Oklahoma, which y'all are going to see in the video.
Girl.
Y'all going to see where the fuck she was at. And she kept
saying she swore up and down on that shit. I'm in Oklahoma City. Come find me. I'm in a hotel.
In a hotel. Y'all going to see. Baby. So we're like, okay, whatever. Like, no, you're not. Like, whatever, like, send me the location. I don't give a fuck.
And even if you was, babe, that hour 15
was nothing. The fuck? Like, come on, y'all. So we're going, and I'm at this point, I'm at this bitch house. We got the phone, y'all.
She done got to my house by now, and when she came in, I felt the energy. Like,
yeah, because
she came in on shit. Like, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this. And I didn't know the conversation that they had yet until she had came in, and she was telling me, like, she was saying this, and that. And I ain't heard the bitch really be kiki yet. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't heard her say nothing. I'm just hearing what she's been telling me. So it's like, okay, she on that shit, but like, you know what I'm saying?
We know how these bitches are. So, y'all, we're going, right? And I tell you, as soon as I got to that door, she called back. She called back. Remind me, the conversation should have been over with when I said keep my fucking name out your mouth and keep my son's name out your mouth. But you wanted to be a kiki ass bitch because of you're heard about nigga. That got nothing to do with me. So, we're going, y'all. And I'm like, she calls.
And in my head, I'm like, this her? She's like, yeah, this her. She keep calling me today. I'm like, oh, I'm like, pick up. The fuck?
Right. So I pick up the phone, and she's like, well, can we talk about Steve? And I'm like, okay, what do you want to talk about? Like, what the fuck? What do you want to talk?
She's asking to talk to Jordan alone. Like, mind you, she just got off the phone with Jordan and C. Now she's coming to my house, so she doesn't know I'm there. She has no idea that I'm here. She has no idea she's at my house. She has no idea that we even still speak at this point.
Right. So I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to talk about? She's like, well, we just never talked about the situation. What situation? What explanation do I have for you?
I'm sitting here quiet at this point. Like, I'm just listening. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all, it's so crazy because I'm like, girl, me and that nigga was not fucking with each other when y'all was fucking with each other. I was done with him. So I'm so confused. What explanation do I owe you, sweetheart? So she was like, oh, and then she mentioned my BD's other BM. So I'm like, no, bitch, you're weird. Like, we don't give a fuck. Like, we just don't give a fuck. Like, we moved on happily with our lives. You know, we're taking care of our kids, and we just don't care. Like, we don't care enough, y'all. So she's going back and forth. Now, she ain't saying no reckless ass shit yet, y'all. She's not saying no.
That's why I ain't saying shit, because, like, at this point, I'm just listening to how she talking, what she's saying. I can tell she's being kiki as fuck. Like, this shit is a joke. But she's not saying nothing for me to step out of pocket. Yet. You feel me? Like, I'm just sitting here listening. They having their little combo, but I'm getting heated because it's like I can already tell she's being kiki. Like, this is funny.
Like, this shit is funny. So y'all, by this point, right? I'm sitting down, and I'm like, what's your fucking problem? What's your fucking problem? Well, like I said, we haven't talked about the situation, and I just feel like we should talk about it. And I'm like, what do I have to tell you? Like, girl, I don't fucking know you. Like,
but I don't owe her no type of explanation of what occurred with her and her man at the time.
Exactly. Like, we weren't even together when y'all was together. So why does that have to matter? That's literally my BD. That's all he is. So what are we talking about? Y'all, she goes and she's just talking shit, right? Like we said before. You can talk shit about me. I don't give a fuck. I just don't. Like, I know I'm that bitch. I just don't give a fuck. But then she mentioned, oh, I slept with your son. Come bring him over so I can sleep with your son again.
Guys. We're not talking about the BD. We're talking about the son.
My son.
He's a child.
He's 3, y'all. Like, has nothing to do with the whole situation.
When I heard that, I don't know if I took the phone out of your hand. I don't know how I got the phone. I think I took it because I just was not having this shit. I took the phone out of her hand. No, mind you, no. Before I even took the phone out of her hand, she says that shit, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I'm in the back. I'm like, oh, so you want your ass beat? Like, that's just what I'm hearing, because ain't nobody is gonna say that shit. So I'm like, she's like, who's that in the back? Who's that in the back? And I turned that phone. I said, what's good, bitch? As soon as she saw me, a whole nother genre of, you know what I'm saying? She didn't think like, oh, it was gonna be. She's like, oh my God, hi, hey, Dea. So I take the phone. And, you know, after she's talking about some, oh, let me sleep with your son, do. I'm like, so you want your ass beat? She's looking at me talking about some, oh, you're pretty. I like all your tattoos. Like, you ain't got nothing real shit to say about me, but I'm pretty.
And then she hangs up.
Hangs up the phone.
Y'all was having a scene, you asked me my question. You brag about something because that shit was funny.
Bring him to the house.
Are you dead ass? That's what I'm saying. That's not weird.
She want her ass whooped. That's what that is.
She want her ass whooped. She want her ass whooped.
She hung up on you?
She want that ass whooped.
She hung up on you?
She want that ass whooped. She want that ass.
She wants that ass torn the fuck up, nigga.
Oh, when I tell you this bitch done call, like, we're finna get into the 5 times that she fucking called. So she calls again, and I'm like, you're not sending a location. Like, what you want to talk about? I need that location. Y'all, she was trying to send us to WinStar and say she was 2 minutes away from WinStar. Because, baby, you're not in no hotel in Oklahoma.
No, ma'am.
Like, we know where you're at. You're just too scared to send the location so we can beat that ass.
Is it Dad's phone or is it your phone?
What are you so worried about?
Girl, what you gonna do about it?
Baby girl, you listen to Addie, Oklahoma, not about a 4-hour drive, hun.
And no, it's only like 2 hours. I meant like the Oklahoma City.
Okay,
By the
even
casino.
then,
By the casino.
it's nothing about a drive, babes.
Okay, you can come?
You're being on something.
Are you gonna send the address or you gonna keep running your fucking mouth?
I'm by the casino in a hotel.
Jesus. Oh, you doing all that shit in a fucking hotel?
In Oklahoma?
You're a kiki ass bitch.
Come on.
You deserve to get your ass whooped. Oh my.
But we know where you're at. Like, you're not in Oklahoma at this point, y'all. So she's still talking shit, reminding you, me, her, and Steve is all in a group chat. So she's still talking more shit. And I'm going to answer the messages here pretty soon because when I talk, y'all, she started talking that reckless shit. So I'm like, bitch, in the location, I don't understand you how you're mad. You're literally mad about a nigga that had 2 kids on you. That has nothing to do with me. But as a mother, you're not gonna sit up here and disrespect my son. Then she talks about my bitch. She's like, oh, you ain't shit. You're fat. You're this. You're blah. And then, bitch, you still wasn't on that shit. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about? His mama told me to come and handle this shit because she fucking knew. You a groupie ass, weird ass bitch. You're talking all that shit, but you won't pull up the Addy.
You're talking. Where's the address?
Bring the Addy.
Where's the Addy? Where's the Addy? Crickets. Where's the
Bring
Addy?
the Addy. I don't want to get no fucking.
Fuck,
Bring the
nigga.
Addy.
Where is the address, bruh?
Bring
Oh my
the
God.
fucking Addy.
That-
I don't give
no.
a fuck about the casino next to the hotel. No, I want the
Scary
exact
Jerry.
address. I want the exact address, bitch, so I can whoop that ass.
Okay, bet I'm gonna send it.
I've been waiting, bitch. Come on.
She ain't gonna send that shit. She's scary.
Hey, I'm at this point, I'm like, just send the location. I don't give a fuck with none of that shit. And y'all be able to hear in the tone where I have literally the calmest tone with this bitch. Like, I have like the calmest tone with this bitch because I'm like, bitch, you're not really on shit. You're not really saying shit. But if you keep saying what you're gonna do about it, I'm gonna show you what I can do about it. Like, the fuck, like, you're on some weird shit. Like, come on now. Like, I'm not even fucking that nigga. So, next thing you know, y'all, literally, she calls back. And I'm like, she's talking mad shit about the both of us, right? But then,
I'm going in, bitch.
but then, this is where she fucked up at. She goes, I'm like, you're just mad because that nigga had a kid on you. And then she says, an ugly ass child too.
Ain't got no new shit.
You mad because that nigga had a baby on you though?
An ugly ass baby too.
Okay, confront me then.
Crickets. Nothing.
You know, you said just
Once again.
send the location,
Crickets.
huh?
Fucking nothing.
If you was really about what you was talking about, you would have sent the Addy already.
Decades ago, nigga. You would have already. She would have got her licked 3 years ago, bitch. If you was really that bitch. Yeah. Okay.
your pussy stinks.
You bitch, your breath smells like ass, bitch. Get some fucking hair, nigga. I drag your ass by that grinchy ass hair you got, bitch. Keep playing with me.
You smell
That whack ass ponytail.
That's all you got.
That's all you have to say. Some old ass shit. Bitch, come up with some new shit, ho.
Fight me. Like, those are the words that come out like, fight me. And y'all will be able to see in the clip. Okay? And she literally says, an ugly ass child. And I'm like, fight me. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're bringing up a kid.
You're low. You're embarrassing.
You're bringing up a
like,
kid.
you're bringing up a child who doesn't know you, for one, and cannot stand up for himself. Like, you're going, this is the thing. Like, it blows my mind. I can't even get the words out, nigga.
God.
Literally, you're talking about somebody who cannot stand up for himself, because that's all you can do. The bitches who can't stand up for themselves, you don't want to have nothing to do with. Yeah, the bitches that you can't, the bitches who is standing up to you, you're not fucking with that.
Right.
Okay, that tells me a lot.
Y'all, I'm like, you're doing all this because that nigga fucked you over. I'm not fucking that nigga. I don't give a fuck about that nigga.
I don't give a fuck.
Y'all, before even
But
that.
are you the BD? No.
And- right.
Are you gonna console the BD? Why are you bitches why are you consoling her? She just had the child. That's it. But that goes to show this BD and had 2 babies on you. That don't tell you something. You ain't have no child. You're nothing to him. At
And
this
y'all,
point.
she literally said, I just didn't know you was pregnant. Okay? That has nothing to do with me. I
But
don't
was running
fuck
your
with-
mouth 2-3 years ago that she was.
Right. I don't fuck with that nigga. Either way it goes, I don't fuck with that nigga. We wasn't fucking at the time that y'all was fucking, so there's no reason why you should come at me the way you're coming at me, right? So y'all, she goes and she says, oh, he calls me Shannon. And if y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about, then y'all know y'all would get that fucking in.
No, I want to see your son.
Okay, because you're on that weird bitch ass shit.
Because you don't want to
Sure,
get your
you
ass
never-
whooped.
You ain't never been on no shit, bro. You never been. Bitch, he don't even know your fucking name. You were weird as fuck. Do you not realize that? He don't even know who the fuck you is.
You gotta spoil us.
Then come fight me, bitch. What do you not understand? This is why we can never fuck with each other. If you want to see my son so fucking bad, pull the fuck up. He will be there and I will beat your motherfucking ass, you goofy ass, group ass bitch. Bitch, you never been on shit. Sharon, when I knocked on that motherfucking door, bitch, your motherfucking ass, bitch, you didn't come out the door. So you talking all that shit. You been talking that shit behind that fucking screen. Bitch, goodbye. You been talking that shit. You been talking about that shit. Bitch, what? I saw you walk through the fucking door. And I'm like, bitch, you don't sleep with him. You don't see him. You think you see him. You don't talk to him. He does not fucking know you.
Shannon isn't even your name. So
Right.
You're telling you're praising over a baby calling you the wrong shit, nigga.
Right. And then on top of that, I'm like, okay, what does that have to do with me? And she goes, because he's a slow ass child. You have a slow ass child.
Yep.
It's that video there too. What?
Just going crazy.
You're talking about fight me, bitch. I don't have nothing to say to you at this point then other than fight me. Like, pull the location up. I don't care about none of that.
And you
shit
will see
you're
that
talking.
on the recording multiple times. Every time we asked her for the location,
What is-
crickets. I'm talking, we got
Crickets.
nothing. Like, she was quiet.
Quiet in the bitch. Never said nothing, y'all. And then she goes, and go, when I'm telling you, she's at this point texting too. She's like, you kids, she had said something and she said, well, your son looks like he has autism. You pussy ass hoe. Autism?
I didn't know we joked about that.
What?
I didn't know we was doing that.
About some babies? Some babies, y'all. We're talking about 1 and 3 year
We're
olds.
talking about babies, nigga.
Like, what
Ain't
the-
been on this earth for too long to know anything.
About what? Cause a nigga that I'm not fucking?
Neither is
Don't.
That's the thing.
Neither is she. And I'm like, I don't even deal with that nigga. So it would make sense if I was dealing with him at during the time.
Not
but
even. That's none of your concern.
I don't deal with
I'm gonna owe
that
you
nigga.
shit.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, like I'm heated, y'all. Like I'm like, yo, me and her, we're walking outside at this point because we are heated. Like we don't got no location. This bitch looks at too much out of shit, pocket shit. And at this point, now you're talking about a kid's gonna look like they got autism? What? Bitch, you done lost your fucking mind. Like, you done lost your whole sense. Like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but you done lost your whole fucking mind. Now, when she had gone on the phone again, she had asked, what did she say? What did she say? Because you told her that you know.
Oh, I told her. What did I tell her?
Oh, why was she playing around?
Oh, I took the phone and I asked her, I'm like, because shit's is not sitting real with me. Because it's like, you be doing this. Like, her groupies, like, they all do this. They just sit here and all they do is just behind the screen. So I get the phone. I'm like, okay, you know, I did enough cussing. I did enough yelling. I'm like, bruh, why do you do this? She like, huh? I'm like, did I stutter, nigga? Like, why do you do the things that you do? Like, do you find it amusing? What do you fucking stutter? Do you do shit because you're bored?
No.
Then why do you do shit? Why do you play around with people on their phones and shit? Why do you do that? Cause it's fun? Cause you're bored? What is it? Which one is it?
Cause she's mad.
Cause you a weak ass bitch and you can only handle shit through the phone? Which one is it?
Cause she mad. She mad that Darius had 2
Cause
kids on her.
anything I've ever heard, bitch, you ain't never said none of that shit to me nor her.
Right. In person.
I was never your friend, bitch.
In person though.
You're sick as hell.
In person though.
You're embarrassing.
In person though. Say that shit in person though.
I ain't never heard nothing. I'm talking. All I've heard is you calling me on no caller ID and playing games with my fucking. Thank you. You get out of this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, what do you get out of doing the shit that you're doing, acting the way that you're acting?
Why do you act like that?
Like what?
The way that you act, you don't see how you act while people don't want to be around you?
Like, it was just pissing me off, and I don't know what she said. She was like, I told her, I was like, you're being kiki. I am a kiki ass bitch. Ha ha ha. Okay. You're immature. Like, you haven't changed
You haven't changed
since
son.
I've last seen you.
What the fuck?
Like at all, not a bit, nigga.
So, y'all, we're pissed because there's no location, y'all. Like, at this point, we're finna start punching shit because we hair pulled up, sweats on it.
I'm talking, we
jacket
got sweats
on,
like we put our clothes on, hair is up. I'm talking, niggas had to go outside to get air,
y'all,
because we were so heated in that bitch, like tweaking.
So at this point, y'all, she hasn't answered, right? Like at this point, we're texting now, right? She hasn't answered. She's still talking shit, whatever. So we go, finna go get some good.
You feel me?
And she goes and said, we're at, what's your name?
Lean. Shout out to Lean Bean, you feel me?
Period. So we're at Lean's house, right? And she already know what was going on. Because at this point, we're just like,
She already knew. That's my sister-in-law. She already knew the shit that was going on, the shit that was popping off, and we had already hit her up, letting her know, like, hey, this is what's going on. Like, this is this, that, and the third. You feel me?
So we're telling her the full story. Even Lean said, baby, your karma is going to come to you. Because one thing God don't play about is his kids.
You feel me?
Because you don't do nothing like that.
And Lena has 2 kids of her own.
Right. So, y'all, I kid y'all not. She texted me and she said, go kill yourself.
Insert.
I will watch your son.
Yep.
Talk to before I do, because I'm hurt of feelings. That's up.
What?
Low.
What?
Sick.
Over it, nigga, I'm not fucking with. Haven't been fucking with.
And I'm talking, you're telling me to kill myself, and I'll watch your
myself.
son for you.
Like, who does that, y'all?
Who says some low ass shit?
Like, are you crazy?
But then again, like, this shows you the type of person she is.
It shows you the type of person she is. So next thing you know, y'all, I'm like, we're talking shit, back on texting, whatever, and she said, well, you and my nigga can fight. Bitch, first of all, because if my little yin ain't, that's my little yin, even though we not talking right now, I'm not putting him in no shit, like, period. Like, I'm not putting that nigga in no shit, because, bitch, that's not between them niggas. That's between me and you. And if it comes to him and old dude, he gonna win. Like, the fuck? Like, he's going to win. Like, but I'm not even gonna do that to him because it don't even.
Why our niggas gotta fight? Why you can't just hold your own?
Right, y'all.
Because you do all that shit behind the phone.
Exactly.
If I ever saw her, she would run away.
Exactly. So then my bitch texted her brother because just in case, bitch, you're gonna bring a nigga.
You feel me? So my brother don't play that shit. Real hood shit, you know what I'm saying? In front of D. We do not play that shit. The niggas will die about shit about me. So it's like when she hit them up talking about some, oh, our niggas can fight. She's not about to put her nigga in that shit. But hey, when I called my brothers up, I let them know what was going on, and they like, hey, you know what I'm saying? If we have to pull up, then we have to pull up. But that would have been some real bad shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why you can't just handle that one-on-one shit, get it done, you know what I'm saying? And just be done with it.
And what's your brother say?
He let these bitches know that what? They want to trade places. And that's what he said. I texted him and he was like, they some goofies. He was like, leave them alone. Like, they just want to trade places with you. And that's what it is. Like,
that's what it
literally,
is.
You've been obsessed with her. You've been obsessed with the people she hangs around with for years. Like, you want to be in bitch's place for what?
For what?
Get there, though. Like, it's like, get there, though. Don't hide behind that screen. Like, you could have, you know what I'm saying? That just blows my fucking mind. Niggas could have been on top. You could have been on top, bro. You could have been on your shit.
Like,
but you're still sitting at home talking about the same shit, still lurking behind the same phone. Like, that's embarrassing as fuck.
Over the same motherfucking
same
person.
shit, but ain't hitting the nigga up though.
Right, ain't hitting the nigga up though. Take that up with my BD. That got to do with me, y'all. So we're driving back. We're texting. Still no location.
Still no location. She's blowing shit. Like, at this point, she's driving, and I just take the phone and I text her. I'm like, you're delusional.
Delusional.
That's it. And after that, she never said anything after that because it is what it is. You're delusional. Like, you're literally delusional. Like, what is going on with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
her whole friend group is delusional.
The whole friend group is delusional. The whole friend group is just.
And still to this day, I'm untouched. Still to this day, unbothered.
Unbothered, untouched. But it's like, I mean, but that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? They want us to be bothered. They don't want to lay hands. They don't want to touch. They ain't trying to do no one. They ain't trying to scrap. They're not trying to do none of that shit. Because if they were, we would have hit licks a long time ago. I promise you.
Hit licks a long
We would
time
have
ago.
hit licks a long time
When
ago.
that shit started, we would have hit that
So
shit
it's
a long
like,
time
it's
ago.
now, and you're telling me that all you want to do is this.
Right. Oh, and now I know the reason, y'all. That's why we said that shit was so weird, because the reasoning behind all of this is because that nigga had 2 kids on you. And he really didn't even have 2 kids on you because I was already pregnant before y'all had got together.
That's not even anything that you need to justify, because when he was with her, that was their relationship. When he was with his other BM, that was their relationship. When he was with you, that was y'all's relationship. And that's like, that. I'm not understanding.
And it was so crazy, y'all, because you would think, like, I'll be fucking that nigga. Like, you would think, like, oh, she's messing with her baby daddy and old girl's messing with her baby daddy at the same time. But it wasn't even the case. Like I said, I have moved on with my life, like, happily moved on with my life. And, you know, I just saw my yin yang that morning. So, like, there was no him in the equation, and you have a whole nigga. You have a whole nigga.
You have a whole new nigga now, and you worried about
me?
Your old nigga's shit. But it's not even a nigga. You're not even worried about the nigga.
You're worried about me.
For what?
Because I'm that bitch.
Thank you.
But anyway, y'all, that was our story time on these groupies.
That's what they are. I'm going to keep saying that to the day I die.
Today.
What's that shit? What Cardi B say? Insert that shit. I'm going to be the way until I am till I fucking die. And if you don't like it, die first then, bitch. And I'm just sick. That's just what it is. If you don't like it, die first then. Like, sorry, cry the fuck about it, nigga.
And you know, y'all, like, I'm not gonna lie, we know this shit's not done.
It's not.
It's not done. It's never gonna be done.
And like we said multiple times before, that's why we've been trying to hit a scrap. That's why we've been trying to hit our ones. And it's like, bitches will keep doing this until they get their ass whooped. And it ain't even no cocky shit or none of that shit. It's just like, hey, growing up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, discipline, nigga. You get that ass tore up if you ain't doing the shit you're supposed to do. You need to get that ass tore up because you playing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you get that ass tore up, you're not going to speak on no shit again, because it's like, I know they going to whoop my ass if I keep talking.
And you know what's crazy, y'all? Like, I don't know what it was in high school, but when I came back to school, bitches were trying me. Like, a baby was I mean, I get it, you know, a baby was supposed to mature me, but, like, y'all thought y'all was gonna talk shit, and I was just gonna be, no, bitch, I'm still the same bitch, and now you know you can't get to me, but my family, my friends, the people I fuck with for real, you're not gonna do that. Like, come at me direct, bitch. Because you don't have shit to say to me. Why? Because I don't give a fuck. I just don't ever, I'm never going to give a fuck, y'all. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to give a fuck. I'm not going to argue with these bitches. I'd rather fight. You got a big ass mouth, fight me.
Been talking shit about the both of us for years. And it's like, we're on the phone, you're bringing up shit when I was in wrestling. But weren't you sitting in the stands?
You literally,
weren't you and your friends? Oh my god, Dad, you're doing so good.
Literally, y'all.
Girl, don't do that shit.
And she kept saying, like, y'all, I've only met, like I said, I only met this bitch one time. Was we supposed to be friends after that one time or something?
And I'm talking like me and her used to be friends. She talking about I was never friends with you, bitch. Oh.
But y'all will see that.
You'll see that shit.
Y'all
I was never friends with you. Oh, so now you're telling me you're a fake ass bitch. You was just kicking it with me, cause what?
Anyway, y'all, that is our story time. Like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Like I told y'all, I was gonna be on my healing journey, so I'm still on my healing journey, because shit, that shit just kind of fucked me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? And another situation.
It's 3:30.
3:45. Another situation had popped up during that time, y'all, which whatever. But anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Come back for another channel, another video, y'all. And we
Turn on post notifications so you don't see that we're bangers.